My take from last night, I thought Ramaphosa was exceptional. His charismatic personality came out and he held his composure despite all the pressure. I thought he was unbelievable. I am sure Donald Trump is going to see through that. Steenhuisen, incredibly disappointing to sell out to South Africans just like that in front of world media. Anton Rupert, you're an absolute star. You tackled Mr. Steenhuisen, you highlighted the farm murders are not just crime, day-to-day crime. This is a group of people that have been targeted. Nobody likes to leave their home country. Nobody wants to run away from our beloved South Africa. People make some very dire decisions when to leave and if they have to leave. Now we wait for Donald Trump and his committee to share the findings from their closed meeting. I hope Donald Trump puts his foot down before there's any agreement of trade. We wait with bated breath. This is critical for South Africa. Let's make South Africa great again with the help of Donald Trump.
Not a presentation of Julius. Yo, Cyril is trying so hard not to laugh, guys. That time Trump is so serious about what he is showing us. Not an entire presentation on Julius. Look at it. Oh, Cupcake, what have you gotten yourself into? It's literally just EFF rallies that they are showing us.
Yeah, it's so wrong.
This is an opposition party. This has nothing to do with a white genocide that is not happening here. You are Donald. Oh, aye. And look how young Julius was in this video. Are you in it, guys?
I think we can all agree that was an extraordinary meeting that just happened in the White House between Ramaphosa and Donald Trump. What could have gone really south when Trump showed that video of Malema and others shouting things and showing the white graves of white farmers, that could have gone really bad. But the South Africans in the room came together in an extraordinary way to turn things around so that it ended with everyone laughing and looking happy, and Trump, more importantly, feeling very flattered, which is the most important thing when you're dealing with someone like Trump, who is a classic narcissist. So here's what I love about what just happened, and there's going to be lots of analysis unpacking this, but the biggest takeaway for me was this was classic Springbok tactics. When we see the Springboks up against the wall, when they are at the end of their rope in a game, they turn it around. We saw that happen in the last World Cup. And I kind of feel that's what just happened. And how do they do it? Stronger together. It was remarkable to watch people like John Steenhuisen and Ramaphosa come together and laugh about how they used to take jibes at each other. It was remarkable to see Johan Rupert single out Ronald Lamola, who used to be in the ANC Youth League, and be critical of him alongside Malema and say, look at how this person has grown. To show that Malema does not speak for all of us. Malema is not in charge of this country. It was remarkable to watch Ernie Els, despite some really weird things that he said about like the Angolan War and 2 wrongs to make a right. But it was remarkable to watch him use his friendship with Donald Trump to get this extraordinary audience. And you know what was most important is that Trump lapped up all of it. He wants to put himself forward as this great savior of white people and to save lives. And I think what was very smart is the people in the room said, you know what, help us save all the lives. This is a problem for all of us. Violent crime is a problem. Help us. Foreign direct investment will help us save our country. That is a winning strategy, I think. I am so proud of my country right now. What about you guys?
Okay, so here's my take on the meeting between Cyril Ramaphosa, the South African president, and Donald Trump. I thought it was fantastic. I loved it. What is more interesting is if you follow the right-wing American news as well as the left-wing American news, and you listen to the left-wing pundits on TikTok and the right-wing pundits on TikTok, you're all insane. Specifically the Americans. I'm sorry, specifically the Americans. Because there is anti-Trump madness and there is also pro-Trump madness. You guys are both completely insane. What I hear a lot of is if you're pro-Trump, you're like, yo, Donald Trump showed the South African president, and then he did this reverse Uno card and he showed them the footage and he got the South Africans, he showed them good. That's not what happened. And then the other way around, the anti-Trumpers are saying, poor Cyril Ramaphosa and the South Africans, they were ambushed, just like Zelensky, they were ambushed. They were not fucking ambushed. Let me tell you guys, on the left and on the right, something. You guys are so drunk to your hatred or love of Donald Trump that you've stopped thinking objectively. 90% of the people in South Africa that watched that, I've been listening, have all agreed that was a pretty damn good meeting. That was good. There was good diplomacy. There were some weird and wonderful things that happened in that meeting, but that's what a meeting is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about getting to the meat of an issue. And they got to the meat of the issue. I loved it all. I loved the back and forth. I loved how Donald Trump asked certain legitimate questions, brought up some videos, showed some papers. I loved how Ramaphosa answered. I loved how he handed it over to other people at different times, like John Steenhuisen. I loved the banter back and forth. I thought that was a fantastic meeting. And for you guys that are either so in love at the feet of Donald Trump or so anti-Trump, you're not seeing things objectively. Watch it again. Go on YouTube and watch it again. And compare that meeting to some of the other meetings that have happened in the White House recently, including Zelensky. And you'll see what I'm saying. It is objectively a very successful, wonderful diplomatic meeting. At least that's what I saw. What do you guys think?